So I've been trying to find information on the most played legends. I really hope the company that released Marvel Rivals releases the information. But I found a Reddit post by Aggravating Job here, which is the meta tier list based on top 500 data. So this absolute fucking legend's gone through and he's sort of compiled a tier list going through there. We'll read it. We'll read it. It goes, hey everybody, the past 2 evenings I've been gathering data from the publicly available top 500 leaderboard to create a hero tier list based on actual ranked game data because I enjoy stats and digging into data, so why not? I mean, awesome, this guy's an absolute beast. I'll leave a link to the article in the description because this guy's awesome. He goes on here to say, I didn't just record the stats for the given hero player mains, I also included stats for all the heroes with over 3 hours of playtime. In some cases, if a player didn't have 3 hours on any hero, I recorded data for heroes with over 2 hours of playtime. That way I compiled nearly 600 rows of data in my spreadsheet. And then he goes, 136 players had their career profile set to private, unfortunately. So that's a massive job. And then he goes on here, he goes, the primary factor in creating this tier list was pick rate combined with average win rate. Here's how I interpret this. If I consider only the win rate, I could easily place heroes like Hulk, Wolverine, or Penny Parker in the S tier. However, I value Doctor Strange's 64.6% win rate, calculated over 2,900 games, much more than Penny Parker's 70% win rate, which is based on 400 games. Yeah, that's a big, that's 100% true. Like Doctor Strange's win rate at 60, let's say 65% over nearly 3,000 games compared to 70% on 400 games. Like the Doctor Strange is way highly more valued. So he goes on to say, in my opinion, the pick rate is crucial because it shows which heroes top players most frequently use. It reflects a hero's potential, which may be achievable for a lower ranked player like myself. Of course, there are some Wolverine mains who achieve excellent results with him, but that doesn't mean an average lower ranked player would achieve the same. It is much harder. Question, is Wolverine good? I shit on Wolverine. I don't think I've ever come across a decent Wolverine player, but then again, I'm very, 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 very bad at the game. And it goes based on the data, so this is the tier list that he's made here. So we'll bring that up. This is the tier list here. So in S tier we have, what is it, Doctor Strange, Penny Parker, Hela, Psylocke, and Mantis. That makes sense to me. Like that makes massive amount of sense. So B tier, we've got, what is it, Magneto, Groot, Rocket, Punisher, Cloak and Dagger, Moon Knight, that dude, and Hawkeye. That makes sense. I don't know all the characters. I only play like 6. I believe that's the guy who's friends with Captain America. I forgot his name, and that's Aquaman, but not Aquaman. Wait, who's this? This isn't Penny. This S tier. This is that's the healer, Luna Snow. My bad. That's Penny down here in a B tier. I would have thought she would have been way higher. I thought she would have been S. That's why I just assumed it was here. But that makes sense. The 2 best healers being in S tier, like Luna and Mantis, they're crazy healers. Psylocke, if you play her well, that's crazy. Hela, 100% no doubt, is the best like DPS in the game. And then Doctor Strange, you come across a Doctor Strange, they're always crazy tanking. Like they're the best. So then we go B tier. We've got Hulk, Penny Parker, Thor, Iron Man, Jeff, Adam, the worst character of the game, Punchy Guy, Iron Fist, Black Panther, I think her name's Magic, and then the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Quill. B tier makes sense to me as well. Now this is where things get crazy. I would have thought in C tier, Venom, now he's the only tank I can play, I would have thought he'd be way higher up. Loki, like I suppose you really want to specialize. He's more of a, like, you could do more than just heal. Like there's a lot you can do with him, so maybe it's because it's just they're so deeply specialized in S tier into what they do that's what makes them the best. Because I mean, I'd say Venom's a better tank than Hulk, but this is based on like top 500 data, so you can't argue with it. And what is this? Is this Wolverine? Yeah, I'd say Wolverine's pretty bad. Spider-Man, I'm surprised he's there because his ability to just pick people off I'm surprised more top players don't play him. Now this is where things get crazy in my opinion, but I understand it. Captain America, I get. Squirrel Girl, she's kind of nutty. To have Scarlet Witch down here, I mean, I guess it does make sense in the terms of top 500 because I'd say she's a relatively low skill character. Apparently, Storm is just objectively one of the worst characters in the game. Squirrel Girl goes hard in my opinion. Like, I'd be surprised if she, like, in the general populace wasn't played more. But this is what pisses me off now. If you watch my channel or my shorts or anything, you know that I am a Black Widow lover. Like, I basically only play Black Widow. D tier, which is just deeply upsetting because I think she has so much potential to be great. But then again, I also understand in ranked, like, unless you're the best of the best with Black Widow, you're gonna get outplayed by a Silo. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get destroyed by a Hulla unless you hit every single one of your shots. Like, so yeah, it's super interesting. But we got some more information down here of said characters. So Doctor Strange, Luna Snow, Mantis, Magneto, Hela, Psylocke. I'm surprised Rocket Raccoon's up there. Then we got Groot. I'll just leave this on screen. You can have a look, see your favorite hero, because I'm gonna point mine out. Is that she's at 0.23% Black Widow, man. That's so sad. Storm, understandable. I do think Storm is just the worst character in the game. You barely see her, but I mean, in public matches, I'd see Storm a lot more than I see Black Widow. I never see Black Widows. The only time I see Black Widows when I play is when somebody switches to Black Widow to counter me, and then I destroy them and they switch off. That's legitimately the only time I see a Black Widow. So we've got another chart which is like average DPS. Sorry, light mode. I don't know how to make it go dark mode. I'm not good. So we've got average DPS per match, not included Storm, Squirrel Girl, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, due to their limited data under 100 match plays. So basically nobody in the top 500 plays these characters like Storm, Squirrel, Scarlet Witch. So my main, which I'd argue is Black Widow and Psylocke, is just not played. Just nobody plays her. So that says something about her. Maybe she's, I think maybe people are sleeping on her a little bit. But average damage per match does not surprise me. That this does make sense. The Punisher has massive damage output. You can, if you play around his turret right, you can just crush. You can crush. Same with Namor. That's the Aquaman guy. His ability to do damage, I think a lot of that probably comes from his little tentacle things he throws out. And then Hela doesn't surprise me. Moon Knight, like, these don't surprise me. Even having Hawkeye up there, like this, I'd say a lot of this makes sense. I'm surprised Spider-Man's so far down, but then again, he's not really. I'd like to see data of maybe it's down here, damage versus kills, because I feel like Spider-Man, and I mean even Psylocke down here makes sense, even though she's S tier and she's lower on the damage scale. She's not a damage character. She's a kill character. You get in, you kill, you get out. Like it's very fast paced, just in kill, in kill, in kill, in kill. Like when you lay your trap as Psylocke, you're aiming to just knock somebody out real quick, or just quickly ravage the back lines. That's how I play her anyway. Or there's the team fight and you get that nice angle and just in, boom, out, and you've knocked somebody out. So she's really good for that. And then support average healing per match. So I would have thought Luna Snow and Mantis would be up here. So why is Mantis average a lower amount of healing? She's the lowest when it comes to healing, and yet she's played so much. So I clearly don't understand how Mantis does she have good damage potential? Why is Mantis S tier when in her dedicated role she's not very good at healing? Is it the buff she gives to the team? Is that why she's played that highly? If you guys know the answer, let me know, because I'd be interested to know that. Tank average damage per match, Groot being the highest. I would have thought Venom in that case would be higher, because Venom's damage capability is just the one I play is very high. Same with Thor and same with Penny Parker, man. I'm surprised Groot. I've never played Groot, so maybe he's really, really good at damage, but we've got the blocked one. Now we've got the tank average damage blocked per match, and Groot is still up the top. It makes sense. Doctor Strange. I thought Doctor Strange would be at the top, but if Groot's walls block damage, it makes sense why he's up the top. But there's definitely a big gap between Magneto and then Hulk, Captain America, Venom. These are definitely the lower tier heroes, I suppose we call them. Penny Parker really surprises me because I feel like she's very, very dominant in like lower ranks and maybe lower skill gameplay. Perhaps that doesn't translate very well to high ceiling gameplay. So what have we got here? He's got an Excel file that shares everything, and he goes, unfortunately I couldn't calculate KD ratios because player profiles don't show the number of deaths. Also note, I often rounded values for damage, healing, block. Yeah, and I mean that makes sense. Like, you know, not going to go with the exact amount. That's super interesting, man. Shout out to this guy. Shout out to Aggravating Job. I'll leave a link to the article if you guys want to read through it and perhaps have a look at the spreadsheets and everything. And just have a look at it for yourself. It's really, really cool. This guy's done a fantastic job. Now I'm not on Reddit, so I don't know. Maybe people go tickle his toes or do whatever you do on Reddit, because that guy, he's done a fantastic job. I really want to read some of the comments though. How the hell are top 500 players putting up the second highest healing per match? Top 500 Rocket players. Yeah, I've played with somebody else who said it was really hard to heal with Rocket. I've never played Rocket. Captain America being a top 5%, he's low-key good and fun to play. I don't know how people get that much damage with Psylocke. I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. But even when I do really well and get tons of kills, and yeah, she's with Psylocke. It comes to how much damage you do. I'd say directly correlates to how good you are at surviving, how good you are at getting in and out. So if you can use your sort of dash quick enough and your invisibility and stuff like that, like you really are going to put out high damage. I often, as Psylocke, get pretty high damage. Definitely not anywhere as high as these guys. Like, what are we looking at Psylocke's damage per match? Like, Psylocke, yeah, see, I'd say I top out about 12,000, but getting 14,000 is crazy. The most damage I think I ever got was like 20-something thousand, and I put out damage. I'll put out 25k, 17 plus, pretty consistently with Black Widow. But then again, no one plays Black Widow. I see Black Widow is such a good damage dealer. But then you got, Psylocke, she's not really about DPS. She's an assassin who aims to kill people. Squirrel Girl, really that bad? She's my main. Man, I feel this guy, dude. I understand. And then somebody else has done their S tier list. So this is hella Mantis Doctor Strange. Can she be C tier because she's got a great ass, bro? Like, what are we doing? Anyway. This has just been I thought this would be interesting if the company behind, I don't even know who made Marvel Rivals, if the company behind Marvel Rivals actually released data on who's playing what, I'd be super interested to cover that and make a video on it and just analyze it a little bit. But yeah, if let me know down in the comments like what you guys think of this. Where's your character stand on the top 500 pick rate? Because mine is third last. I only just beat Squirrel Girl and Storm. Which is crazy. Anyway, I've been the Viper Moose. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe, do all that good shit. Cheers.